today we have another exceptional guest with us, Miss Seema Sahay. She is many of graduate students have the issue of soft skill learning, like we are very competent with the job, but we didn't get because of
Mm.
the lack of soft skills. So, hello listeners, welcome to the Eminence, a compelling podcast series that brings together influential leaders and experts for deep down discussion on personality development and self improvement. I am your host Shivang Mahajan, and I couldn't be more thrilled to have you join us today. This is episode 3, and today we have another exceptional guest with us, Miss Seema Sahay. She is a career coach, an author, and communication specialist. She has done her graduation in English honors from Lady Shri Ram College for Women with holding 24 years of remarkable experience in this diverse domain. So do join us for such engaging conversation to skyrocket your professional achievements. Ma'am, we are very grateful to have you with us. Before we start the discussion, can you please tell our listeners more about you?
Thank you, Shivang. Thank you for those kind words, those warm welcome, and lovely introduction, of course. So, yes, you have introduced me quite comprehensively. Let me just add that I am a career and communications coach. I'm an employability and power skills trainer. I'm author of 4 books, and also I am an academic, and I have been an editor, and I'm also a keynote speaker. So, as a career coach, I enable young job seekers, job aspirants, and professionals, young professionals, to secure their dream job and to scale their careers after securing their dream job through certain key skills. Now, I call these key skills power skills, and these power skills are very different from your usual technical skills or your domain expertise, and they include much more. They go much beyond that, and they include all your people skills, your interpersonal skills, your time management, collaborative skills, personal branding, which is so very important, how to write compelling resumes, how to ace interviews. So there's a whole host of skills which I call power skills, and I enable my clients with these skills. So that is my job as a career and communications coach. In brief, this is what my introduction is. Yes. So if you want to know more about my professional journey, maybe I can talk about it, or whatever it is that you want to ask me.
We, sh- we surely talk about it, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Let most of our audience are undergraduates and postgraduate. So let's start with
Okay.
that. So as I am as a student, we have to change daily life, many challenges and moments in while are graduating. So I would like to know what are the challenges that you face while graduating, while you complete your graduation.
Okay. So when I was, I mean, of course, it is like 28 years back now. So when I look
Okay.
back, I feel very privileged, in fact, that I could get, a place in a very reputed college. So I was there. And also the challenges were that I was staying away from home. I was in the hostel. So that was one of the challenge. However, that was also a blessing in disguise because that taught me so many things. It taught me to be independent. It taught me, to make use of my time and my money and my energies in a very focused manner. So it taught me all that. The challenges were there, but more than that, it was a very, very good learning experience. So I do not feel that the challenges so much overshadowed the learning experiences in my college days during my graduation. So I have very happy memories of my college days, my graduation. Made a lot of friends because coming from a small town to this place in Delhi. Lady Shri Ram College, I was, exposed to a lot of cultural diversity, and I was exposed to a lot of people whom I would not have met in my hometown. So from different backgrounds, from different ethnicities, from different races also. So I met all these people, and that kind of broadened my horizons a lot. So challenges were there, but then I think the blessings and the rewards were much more than that for me. Yes.
So, ma'am, as we mentioned, is coming from a very privileged locations and very urban, uh, we can say not a urban person we are. As I can
Yeah.
also resonate with that, as I am coming also from a small town of Jammu and
Okay.
Kashmir. So
Oh,
the
I see.
challenges I have
Beautiful.
faced.
Mm.
So as I can resonate that the challenges I am facing, that connecting with the people, more fluent in English. So this is a challenge I am facing. So you must face these challenges in your time while you are graduating. So how you overcome this?
Yeah, so see, once you are in the college, once you are in the hostel, you have come with the mindset that okay, I have these 3 years at my disposal and I must make the most of it. So that was the mindset that we came from. Right after 12th, we came here, and of course, we met a lot of people. There were challenges in the sense that our freedom was curtailed quite a bit. We were not allowed to go out and all that, but that is a different story. So meeting different people and connecting with them, because you're very young, when you come out of school, you're maybe 18 years old or 19 years old, and you don't know how to communicate properly. However, when you make good friends, that is very important. Always have good company around you, so make good friends, and together we can navigate all the challenges that there. You're so confused as to what will happen after graduation. That is one thing always at the back of your mind, because at that time you have a hazy picture. Okay, I will be successful, but successful doing what, and what are the steps you need to become successful? Is there any particular career path that you have charted out in your mind that this is what I'm going to do? So very few students at that level, at that age, were doing it. So we also were, blissfully unaware of what is going to lie in the future. But we knew that yes, we are going to make it, and we are going to make it very well. So the only thing we concentrated was that we concentrated on our academics. Plus there were so many other opportunities that were offered in college itself. There were so many clubs and communities that we could join. There were so many opportunities to show our talent. Like for example, I was a classical dancer, so that opportunity to perform in college was there, which I don't know if it could have been there in other places perhaps. So in this particular place in Delhi University, it was there. Then we used to have those festivals. We used to have a lot of inter-college debates and sports and things like that. So when you attend all these things, even if you do not participate, just looking and being there, being present, it opens up your mind in so many various ways. And that is how we navigated it. And those 3 years, first year, of course, we were very hesitant. We would not really do anything much about it, and we were just trying to make friends, good friends, trying to get to know our teachers, trying to fit into the new environment, which was a very different environment from what I came from. So those were challenges, but by the end of the third year, you come out so much more confident, so much more clear about yourself. So that was there.
That's really helpful, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, let's talk about your childhood. So, when you were a child, uh, what what are your dreams? Like, have you ever
Mhm.
imagined that one day you are going to inspire a lot of people?
Yes. Okay. No, I never thought that I would be inspiring a lot of people, not even in my wildest dreams, because childhood is a time of a lot of innocence and fun and, games, and just, your parents just want you to do well in studies. That is it. And what can be more blissful than that? However, as a child, you will be surprised that I was a very, very shy, very, a person of very few words. So I would be very inhibited in front of people or strangers, people whom I didn't know. And this happened, and I would be very quiet. And all the time, my teachers used to tell my parents, "Oh, she's so good in studies, and Seema is doing so well in other activities also, but she never speaks. She never opens her mouth unless she's asked to." So I was this very shy child, very reticent. And my parents would tell me to take part in different activities and things like that. But, I used to do it, but very, very reluctantly. And in fact, I remember in class one, or was it two? I was 5 or 6 years old, and there was a play called Cinderella. So we were having this one act play in school, and I was made Cinderella, the central character, and I was so happy in in that play. Why? Because I had to speak just one sentence in that entire play. So in that entire play, Cinderella had to have only one dialogue, and that is what made me so happy because I used to get the jitters when I had to speak in public. So this is what has happened. And later on, as I became older, this shyness, this fear of public speaking lessened because I had good mentors, I had good teachers, and of course, then I joined college and I became my personality evolved so much, So it was very, very different then. So as a child, I was very shy, very good in studies, but very reluctant to speak anything. Yes.
So I am not able to connect because I was reciprocal of it. I mean, in my childhood, I was very spoken person, but with the time I
Okay.
become introvert. With the time I become introvert. So
Oh,
I would
it's the
like
opposite with you. Okay.
opposite of
Okay.
you. So I would
Okay.
like to know how your journey go from a shy childhood to
Yeah,
an
yeah.
expert.
Yes,
I
yes,
would like to know.
definitely. So, as I said, I was always, taking part in various activities. So, when I came in, let's say, eighth or ninth, we used to take part in quizzes, we used to take part in debates, one act plays. They were always there. And, gradually when you open up, when you become slightly older, you open up, you make more friends. And then your shyness diminishes because you have to speak so much in class also, you can't remain quiet. Your teachers would not let you remain quiet, So you have to participate in class activities and things like that. So that opens you up. And then right from school, when I went to college in LSR, that was a different world, as I said, altogether. And there I met so many people, and everyone was like, everyone used to interact very confidently. Looking at them or observing them, I also imbibed those kind of skills, and I started opening up. And then of course the rest is history because I passed from my LSR, my graduation. I went on to do my master's in English, MPhil in English, and then I joined as a faculty. So you are a professor. I mean, of course, public speaking you cannot escape, not at all. I started loving to talk, loving to speak, and that is my personality after college. I mean, starting from college and onwards. So this is how I overcame it. You have to be a bit, firm about it. You have to have the willpower to overcome these things. A lot of people I have seen who are stammering, and they have the will. They practice every day. They take a lot of pains, and they overcome that also. So these are things that are all there in the mind, and you can easily overcome them. If you have the grit and the determination, nothing is impossible. So this is what has happened with me also. That is how I
Definitely,
overcame.
ma'am. Definitely. I can really connect with this. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm really doing that now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, ma'am, being a author of two books.
Okay,
So,
well, let
what
me
are
just correct you. I'm an author of four books. So two of them are
okay?
solo books. Yeah, I have written two books on my own, and two books are co-authored. Right. So there are
Okay.
four. Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, what are this book about, and how you will get
Okay.
inspiration to do? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So my first book was written during the pandemic, right? So
Okay.
this was in 2021. I decided to write my book in 2021, and it was published in August. It was launched in a very grand kind of a conference at Goa Tilt, and this was my first book. It is called Secure Scale Skyrocket: 9 Career Skills for Professional Success.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this Yeah, so this book is divided into three parts: secure, scale, and skyrocket. And
Skyrocket.
secure is, when students are just passing from their colleges and looking out for jobs and just stepping into the professional arena. So, this part of the book describes their challenges and how to overcome them. What are the skills they need to overcome those challenges? So, that is secure. Then scale is for young professionals who have got their jobs, their dream jobs perhaps, but they are not to be satisfied over there. They need to climb up the ladder. So how do you scale up the ladder? So what are the skills you need over here? How do you upskill? So that part of the book, that portion describes these challenges and how to overcome them. And finally, when we come to skyrocket, that is the time when you reach your mid career level. So maybe 40, 45 years of age, and now you're looking at leadership levels. So however, at the CXO and CEO levels, there is only only one person can be there. So there is place for maybe one or two people. So how do you be amongst those chosen two persons? How will you do that? Now, that is a very interesting part of my book, which is the last part called Skyrocket. Here, I had the chance to interview a lot of global leaders, Indian leaders, but who are settled across the world and doing very well in their own chosen fields, in their own industries. So I interviewed them. Of course, it was pandemic time, so it was all online, remotely. And this is very interesting. The kind of stories they have told me, the kind of grit and challenges that they have overcome. So all these form a part of those interviews, and it is a series of interviews of these leaders, which I hope would inspire and has inspired youngsters a lot. So to reach to that level, how do you overcome the challenges, which you have just talked about? That at every step you have to, sort of upskill and reinvent yourself in order to go to the next level. So these are the three parts of my book. This is my first book, Secure, Scale, Skyrocket. Now, the second book is called Future Perfect. Now, here also, it is called the Seven Dynamics of Career Success, where again I am dealing with what are the elements which will make you chart a very satisfying and a very rewarding professional journey. So, these are the seven dynamics that are there described in that book. So, these two books I have written, one in 21 and the other one in 23. And in between, in 22, I wrote this co authored book, and this co authored book is called Empower Your Growth. So, Empower Your Growth is about, all of us authors, like 11 of us had joined together, and we talked about one single aspect of growth mindset, how to have a positive mindset for growth. So I, in that book, talked about time management, and like others talked about relationships. Some other people talked about health. So with whatever niche we had, we were talking on that particular topic. So 11 chapters in this book where I talk about time management and how students can make use of their time effectively and not fritter it away. And there are so many tips and tricks that they can use. Not just students, but people of all ages can make use of their time effectively. So that is the third book. And then there is another book which is a very niche kind of book, and it contains the management activities. So and that is meant for all the authors, trainers, coaches, speakers, anyone can make use of it. So those are icebreakers, energizers, management activities, which people can make use of. So these are my four books. Yes. And once upon a time, I did not even think that I would become an author. It was never there in the agenda that I would become an author, I would write something at all, because I was following one, profession, and that was I was in English faculty. I was teaching English. So I never thought that, okay, one fine day I would be writing a book. But yes, circumstances led to that, and here I am with four books now. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you write many books about career success, so being a career coach, how do you handle the situation when one come up with your particular job? Uh, as I can connect with this question, I would like to expand this question more. So there is a
Yeah.
hypothetical situation. There is a hypothetical situation. Suppose I am
Hmm.
coming to you as a fresher.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I don't have goal right now. So,
Hmm.
but in my college, I found some kind of interest in marketing field. So
Okay.
I came to you for the suggestion.
Yeah.
So how would you
Yeah.
handle this situation?
Yeah. So the first thing, of course, is very good that you have said is you have an interest in marketing. You said you have an interest in marketing, but your goals are very vague. You don't know which career path you need to take. However, and this is what I teach my students in personal branding, the first thing is to do your SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, and the most important thing is what are you passionate about? What is that one talent that you have? What is that one skill that you have, which you can keep on doing for hours together and you won't even feel time passing away? So you need to have, and everyone is passionate about something. Some people are passionate about cricket, some people are passionate about something, maybe coding or AI or machine learning, whatever it is, and you are passionate about marketing and sales and whatever it is. So you are passionate about that. You are in your studying in a college and you like marketing. So obviously, you will be looking at things. I will be telling you these are the jobs that you can go for, which have marketing and sales as the basis. The basis of those jobs will be marketing and sales. And you will have to, of course, look at it. I am not going to be spoon feeding you go for this job. It is your, I can only give you suggestions, but it is up to you that yes, this is what marketing, and I mean, I'm interested in marketing, this is the job. Will I be able to make it? Will I be able to sustain it? Will I be interested enough in that job? So for that, the best thing, of course, is to go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the mecca of all these kind of job searches and networking. It's a very good networking platform. See what are the marketing jobs out there. See which companies are there which you would like to join, which companies are doing well, and then try to make connections with people in that company. If you try to make maybe people will refuse, they will not entertain you, but if you keep on networking, you will understand this is the kind of job I want, and then you will have a lookout for those kind of job searches. So when you search for those kind of jobs, see if there is any vacancy, see if your skills in marketing are matching with the job description, the job profile that they are looking for. And if there are certain skills which you do not have, try, because you are young now, try to inculcate those skills, try to work on the skills, and try to learn those skills, upskill yourself so that you become the best fit for that particular job. So, this is what I would advise you to do.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, ma'am, you have done many motivation sessions, very completely uh, motivation sessions. So, have you remember about your first experience when you shared your opinions with the people?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, in fact. So let me go even before that. So, as I told you, Shivang, that I have been an academic, right? So, did I get your name correctly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, ma'am.
because I didn't see it. Yeah, okay. So, for a lot many years, I was I was teaching English as a faculty in various colleges, various universities across India. Now, apart from that, I also was teaching mass communication. That I added in my repertoire, and I started teaching mass communication. So that was there, and then I came back to Delhi, and because I had this experience in mass communication as well, I was offered to become the editor of a magazine called Indian Dairyman. So I was an editor of that magazine for 7 long years. So I that was a very, very learning experience again, because it totally changed my field. I was an academic, I was a faculty, I was teaching, and here I was in the thick of things. I was in the industry. So I was fortunate. I got the experience of both the academia as well as the industry. So how things worked. And apart from that, then after 7 years, I started exploring the online medium. So there again, I joined an academic platform, and this is called ubopop.com. I was the managing editor there. That was again a learning experience, because that provided me with a lot of how corporates run, in the media. So that was there. And then simultaneously, I did my soft skills training from ICBI, which is internationally accredited. And it is quite well known, ICBI. So then that thought came to me, why not become a trainer and a coach? Also, the genesis of that was planted when I was teaching in Patna Women's College. So here, what I found was that students would graduate, and they would have a lot of challenge finding their dream jobs. Why? Because maybe there was a disconnect between the industry, what the industry wanted, and what we were teaching in college. So the kind of skills that were required by the industry were not really being taught in our educational system, in the college system. So I thought that then, understood the challenges of these students, and I thought at that point of time, what is the way to address this challenge on a greater level, where I can address a lot of students and not just my 100 or 200 students in my classroom, but reach out to a more wider audience. So that is something which I had at the back of the mind. And when I got the chance to do my soft skills course, then I became a full-fledged trainer, a corporate trainer. And that is when I started really enjoying my profession very well, because I would interact with different kinds of people, not just students, not just young professionals, but also mid career level professionals, and various kinds of people, men, women of all ages would come, and I would interact with them. And that was very, very fruitful. So, the first one was, of course, when I went to address a sales team. It was a huge. I'm forgetting the name of the company. It was a huge company, and the entire sales team. I had gone and I had presented to them how to become better at sales and all that. So it was like a 2 hour session or something. It was very well received. They were all young professionals over there, and that was my first training that I did for them. So yes, they enjoyed it. Yeah, you have taken me back a long many years. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am,
Yeah.
as you said about the soft skill, so begin just completing our graduations. Many of graduate students have the issue of soft skill learning. Like we are very competent with the job, but we didn't get because of
Mm,
the lack of soft skill. So
spoken. Yeah.
how you address this situation?
Yes, of course, and it's very important, because I don't think soft skills is taught as a separate subject at all. Even now, it is not. I mean, it's included in the curricula, but it is not taught as as a separate subject, which is so important, because the industry, what is the industry looking for? You all have your technical skills in place. You all have your hard skills, as they are called, the domain skills, as they are called. You would be having, all that, and that is why, since everyone is having it, everyone is good at it, you are all called for the interview. But why is only one or two people selected? Because there is something that they are missing, and that what is missing is their soft skills. So these soft skills is what I called power skills. They are more powerful than your hard skills. So you need to focus on that. And how do you develop them? Develop them straight away from college itself. Take part in as many activities as possible. Take part in the volunteering activities. Go and do your internships. They are important. Don't feel that, okay, what will I learn there? I'll just go and sit. No, there is going to be a lot of learning by even observing people. So look at your own are you able to collaborate with different kinds of people? Are you, suppose you are organizing a festival or any event in your college? There are different kind of stakeholders over there, and you need to collaborate with everyone. So if you get into these activities, you will learn how to collaborate well, you will learn how to communicate well, your interpersonal skills would develop, and your time management, of course, will develop, because you always have that deadline at the back of your mind. So these are small things which you can do, and you can take part in these things right from your college days, and be active in your clubs, in your communities. All the colleges have different kinds of clubs, depending on your interest. Join those clubs. And never, as a communications teacher, I can always tell you that never miss the chance to speak. Never let go of that chance, even if it is for a short while, just a 2 minutes. But do not miss that chance, because that builds up your confidence like nothing else. So always try to speak, always try to communicate what you are saying, and surely, but certainly, you will become at very good at these kind of skills. So that is starting small, but starting solidly. Because a lot of students think that, okay, I am not working right now, let me get a job and then I will try to develop my personality. It does not happen that way. It is not an overnight game. So when we talk about executive presence, what is it? Executive presence is staying calm under pressure. That is one of the most important things that will distinguish you from others. There are so many people who get flustered, when two or three things, when they are multitasking and a lot of pressure is on them, they might get flustered. But the person who has mastered executive presence is one who will stay calm under pressure. He or she has original ideas. He or she does not balk from taking the leadership issues, and they are all out. They know, I mean, it's not as if they are working day in and day out, but they know that they have to perform, as well as they know the importance of a work life balance. So these are the people who are good at executive presence. These are the skills that you must develop, saying the soft skills. And as I said, there are so many soft skills, right? So at this point of time, you will not be able to master everything, but surely, but certainly, there are two things which I would always advise you. One is communications, which is important all across the board. Across every sphere of your life, you will need good communications. And the other one is personal brand, your own personal brand, because all of us have a personal brand already. We are not aware of it. Now, it is your duty to create the kind of personal brand which you want to project to the world. So, these two skills is something which you must work on right from now itself when you are a student. Yes. And it is
All right.
your own initiative. Nobody is going to teach you. It is definitely only your initiative. Yes.
So, ma'am, there are two words which you talk about in the session most. There is one word, voice coaching, and as you said now, executive presence. So, can you tell us more about this? What does exact does mean, and why it is important?
Yeah, executive presence is very important because, just imagine that you are in a room and a person walks in, and he or she has not even uttered a single word, and you are impressed by that person, everyone, in fact, in that room, because he commands that kind of an attention from everyone. Now, that person would not necessarily be very, very good looking in appearance wise, but that person is knowledgeable, he has an air of authority, he is confident in his own in his own self. And the more you get to know about that person, the better you will realize that he has certain qualities which the others do not have. So, as I said, the ability to withstand pressure, the ability to think outside the box, the ability to communicate, across the board with your seniors, with your subordinates, with your peers, with your colleagues, everyone, the ability to have empathy with your team members, all these things constitute executive presence. And that is why, if you want to go far, you need to develop that. So that is executive presence, very briefly. And you talked about voice modulation.
Coach,
Okay,
voice
voice
coach.
modulation. As a voice coach, yes. So, very few people realize that there is a need for voice coaching at all, because people think, okay, I'm not in the theater, I'm not in the performing arts, so why should I need to do that? But, your tone of voice contributes a lot to your communication impact. The impact you're making with your communication has a lot to do with three things. What are those three things? First is, of course, your words, the words that you speak. Second is, of course, your tone of voice. And the third is your body language. Body language, that is your non-verbal communication. All three go into making that terrific impact that you make as a communicator. So that is why I say that tone of voice is important. And even more important is your non-verbals. This is something which you must develop, because when we talk of communication, when we talk of voice, we only think that one must be a very good orator, one must have very good public speaking skills. It is not that. More than that, because more than that will be your non-verbal communication. Why? Because that contributes 55% to the impact that you make in your communication, and your words only account for merely 7%, and the tone of voice accounts for, I think, 17 or 18%, so something like that. And a very big massive percentage, 55%, is your body language. So isn't that amazing? So we must try to we must try to master our non-verbal cues first of all. And there is a very famous quotation. I remember somebody has said this, that in communications, it is very, excuse me, in communications, it is very important to understand what is left unsaid. So it is very easy to understand what is said, but how difficult is it to understand what is left unsaid? So, are you able to understand the meaning behind the words? Are you able to understand the meaning of the words that have not even been uttered? So, that is very important. So, there is where your body language makes a difference, your empathetic nature makes a difference, and your non verbal intelligence makes a difference. So, these are the two things in communication which you must always remember. So, of course, in if I talk about body language and non-verbals, I would again emphasize active listening. We all,
Yeah,
as I said, we all think of talking, and we all think of just being a good public speaker and all those things. But are you an active listener? I mean, you can connect with people across the board and across, I mean, all age groups, if you lend your ears actively to that person. So be present in the moment, listen to what the person is saying, and respond with your body. That is why it's called body language. So respond appropriately so that the person feels heard and listened to and respected. Whereas what we do is generally what we do is we listen to the person only with the intention of responding. Okay, now what am I going to say? So we just want to keep on talking and we hardly listen to the other person. But this is a very, very important skill to have, and that is active listening. And it constitutes your non-verbal intelligence. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So at last, I would like to ask how you are able to upgrade and upskill yourself continuously because not everyone able to do that.
Yeah, so as you have seen that, when you're talking about me, I can only say that, see, I never had a very linear progression in my career. So I started as an English faculty, then I added mass communication. And why did I add mass communication? Because as I said, I went to Patna for teaching in PwC, Patna Women's College. And there, I thought I would be joining as an English faculty. However, the principal, she told me, of course, you can join as the English faculty, but what I have in mind for you is that you must head the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. Now, I was thoroughly taken aback because I did not know anything about mass communication at that time. However, she reposed her confidence in me and she said, no, you must do it. And so I took up the challenge. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to see whether I would be a success or not. So I took up the challenge and it was a very rewarding experience. Of course, as I said, it was a turning point in my life, and it taught me how to go beyond my comfort zone. It taught me how to explore new avenues of learning, new avenues of personal and professional growth. And it was something which I am always indebted to my mentor, to that principal who told me that yes, you can do it. So never think that anything is impossible. Always have this thing of continuous learning and growing. That mindset is very important because I did this. I added mass communication to my repertoire, as I said. I simultaneously, teaching in that college, I simultaneously joined my PG in mass communication and journalism, added the degree to my qualifications as well. And then, as a result of that, after 3 years, I went and taught at BHU. And at BHU, they told me, the authorities told me to teach the master's students, not graduates, but master's students in Department of Journalism. So this happened, and this became a very, very added, a very a useful qualification for me. As I said, when I came back to my Delhi, to my home, to my place, then I became the editor because of all these challenges that I took and I accepted. I became the editor, and that was again that led to other things. I became an author, I became a keynote speaker. So you must keep on challenging yourself. As I said, you must have the mindset of continuous learning, lifelong learning. And if you have that mindset, if you are not sitting comfortably in your zone, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is my dream job. I have got it. I'm going to be sitting here, no growth is going to take place. Yes, you have got your dream job, but what about next? What about the next level? So you have to always outperform yourself. You are the, I mean, the biggest challenge for you is you yourself. You are your biggest motivator, your biggest challenge, your biggest inspiration. Because as I said, I mean, I had never thought about writing a book, but when I floated this idea, I just thought aloud that, okay, why not write a book? It was pandemic times. And when you say such things, 100 out of 90, I mean, 100 people are there, and out of that, 99 people would say, they are skeptical. They said, no, no, it's a very lengthy process and it's a very complex process, and who would read it? And why would you spend so much time on that? However, there is one person who will have faith in you. And who is that person? It is you yourself.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
listen. to that person, and then only your dreams will come to fruition. If you negate your own self, if you have some kind of an imposter syndrome, which I will just explain to you, then you will always be in self doubt, you will never be able to grow. So add skills, add whatever passions that you have, add whatever qualifications you want to develop for your keeping your future in mind. Always have that goal and keep on upskilling one skill at a time. So it is possible, you can do it. And
Definitely,
imposter
ma'am.
syndrome, which I was talking about, imposter syndrome is even if you are good, I'm sure you're good in whatever subjects that you're studying. So even if you're good at that, at the back of your mind, you will have misgivings, you will have self doubt. Oh, do I belong to this program? Do I belong to this course at all? Will I be able to do well? So, these kind of things are always there, and it is there for the best of people, the most efficient, the most qualified of people, and leaders have this kind of imposter syndrome. So, don't let that happen. Just break free of that imposter syndrome and reach for your goals. That is what I would say.
Definitely, ma'am. I can deeply connect with you as in the last 2 years, I'm just sitting in my comfort zone. And now, so, all right, guys, this is an ending of another amazing episode of Eminence. A huge thank to our guest, Miss Seema Sahay, for sharing their incredible insights and experiences with us today. Ma'am, we are greatly honored to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to come to Evolve and participate in this podcast. And I wish you all the best to the entire team. And remember, one parting message which I would like to give you is one of my mentors had told it to me long time back. Make a mess. Do not be scared to make a mess, but may let that mess be a message to the world. So do not feel scared that, okay, I will not do well. I'm hosting this podcast or I'm doing something and I will not be able to perform at the optimum level. You make mistakes, those are learnings, those are not mistakes. So learn from each and every experience and just go on and achieve your dreams. That is my parting message.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this kind words.
Thank you.
Uh, Okay, guys, if you found this episode valuable, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you never miss out more conversation like this. Also, you can follow us on other social media handles for all the latest updates. Also, we would like to hear your thoughts, so drop us a message on comment section and let us know what resonates with you most and who would you like to hear from in the future. Till then, stay safe, stay curious, stay motivated, and remember that growth is a journey, not a destination. This is your host Shivang Mahajan signing off from the Eminence. Till then, stay tuned.